Relationships can be complicated. They can bring immense joy, but also deep pain. We are often drawn to charismatic and charming individuals. We feel excited and energized by their presence. But what happens when charm becomes a mask? What happens when charisma hides a darker personality? Narcissistic relationships are a silent epidemic. They trap countless individuals in a web of manipulation and emotional abuse. These relationships rarely make headlines. They unfold quietly behind closed doors. Yet, the damage they inflict is profound. Victims of narcissistic abuse often suffer in silence. They may feel confused, ashamed, or even responsible for the abuse they endure. This is why it is so important to understand narcissism. Knowledge is power. Recognizing the signs can be the first step towards healing and freedom. Welcome to Priority Mindset, where mindset meets empowerment, thus transformation. Narcissists are often masters of disguise. They can be extremely charming and persuasive. On the surface, they may appear confident, successful, and even empathetic. This can make it difficult to spot the red flags. Beneath this carefully curated facade, however, lies a deep-seated need for admiration and a lack of empathy. Narcissists crave attention and validation. They thrive on feeling superior to others. This need for constant admiration often drives them to manipulate and exploit those around them. They may use flattery, guilt-tripping, or even threats to get their way. This guide will equip you with the tools to recognize a narcissist. You will learn how to protect yourself from their manipulative tactics. Narcissism is a personality disorder characterized by a grandiose sense of self-importance. Narcissists have an inflated view of themselves. They believe they are superior to others and deserve special treatment. This sense of entitlement often leads to exploitative behavior. Narcissists lack empathy. They find it difficult to understand or care about the feelings of others. This lack of empathy allows them to manipulate and exploit others without remorse. Narcissism is a complex disorder with a range of symptoms. Not all narcissists are overtly arrogant or aggressive. Some may present as charming and charismatic, making them even more dangerous. Understanding the core characteristics of narcissism is crucial to identifying and protecting yourself from this type of abuse. Narcissism exists on a spectrum. At one end, you have individuals with narcissistic traits. These traits might include a strong need for admiration or a tendency to be self-centered. While these traits can be problematic, they don't necessarily constitute a personality disorder. On the other end of the spectrum, you have narcissistic personality disorder, NPD. NPD is a clinical diagnosis characterized by a pervasive pattern of grandiosity, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. Individuals with NPD often struggle to maintain healthy relationships. They may have difficulty holding jobs or functioning in everyday life. It's important to remember that diagnosing someone with NPD requires a professional evaluation. This video is not intended to diagnose. Instead, it aims to provide you with information to help you identify potentially narcissistic behaviors. Healthy self-love versus narcissism. Self-love is essential for our emotional well-being. It involves accepting ourselves, flaws and all. Healthy self-love allows us to set boundaries, pursue our passions, and build healthy relationships. Narcissism, on the other hand, is not about self-love. It's about self-obsession. Narcissists are not driven by a genuine love for themselves. They are driven by a need to validate their inflated ego. This need for external validation leaves them feeling empty and insecure. They constantly seek admiration from others to fill this void. Understanding the difference between healthy self-love and narcissism is crucial. It allows us to cultivate self-compassion while also recognizing the red flags of narcissistic behavior. The allure of the initial encounter. Narcissists are often incredibly charming, especially in the early stages of a relationship. This charm is a powerful tool that draws people in. They might shower you with compliments, gifts, etc., making you feel special and admired. They often appear confident, successful, and exciting, creating an aura of desirability. You might find yourself drawn to their energy and enthusiasm, feeling swept off your feet. This initial charm is part of their manipulative tactics. They create a whirlwind romance designed to disarm you. They present a carefully constructed persona that aligns with your desires. It's easy to be blinded by this initial charm, mistaking it for genuine affection. However, as the relationship progresses, cracks in this facade begin to appear. Behind the mask, unveiling the traits. Beneath the surface charm, several key traits define a narcissist. One of the most prominent is a grandiose sense of self-importance. Narcissists have an inflated view of themselves, believing they are superior, more deserving, and more talented than others. This belief often manifests as arrogance and a constant need for admiration. They might exaggerate their accomplishments, seeking validation for their perceived greatness. Another key trait is a lack of empathy. Narcissists struggle to understand or care about the feelings of others. They are so consumed by their own needs and desires that they are blind to the impact of their actions on those around them. This lack of empathy allows them to manipulate and exploit others without remorse. They often view people as pawns in their quest for admiration and control. Red flags in action. Spotting the signs. Recognizing the red flags of narcissistic behavior is crucial for protecting yourself. One significant warning sign is their constant need for attention and validation. They might dominate conversations, steering the topic back to themselves. They crave being the center of attention and become uneasy when the spotlight shifts away from them. Another red flag is their inability to handle criticism. Even constructive feedback is often perceived as a personal attack. They might react with anger, defensiveness, or denial, refusing to acknowledge any flaws or shortcomings. This hypersensitivity to criticism stems from their fragile ego, which requires constant bolstering. The toxic tangle. Recognizing relationship patterns. Narcissists often engage in specific relationship patterns that can be toxic and damaging. One common pattern is love bombing, where they shower you with excessive attention, affection, and gifts early in the relationship. This overwhelming display of adoration aims to create a strong emotional bond, making you feel dependent on their affection. As the relationship progresses, they might employ gaslighting tactics, manipulating you into questioning your sanity and reality. They might deny your experiences, twist your words, or project their insecurities onto you, creating a confusing and distressing environment. Recognizing these patterns is crucial for understanding the manipulative dynamics at play. The invisible wounds of narcissistic abuse. Narcissistic abuse leaves deep, often invisible wounds. Unlike physical abuse, the scars are not external but etched onto the soul. Victims often struggle to articulate the pain they endure, leaving them feeling isolated and misunderstood. The constant manipulation and emotional invalidation chip away at their self-worth, leading to a profound sense of self-doubt. They may question their judgment, their sanity, and even their worthiness of love. The abuser's words and actions become internalized, creating a chorus of self-criticism that echoes long after the relationship ends. This insidious form of abuse can have long-term consequences, impacting future relationships, career choices, and overall well-being. Gaslighting is a common tactic employed by narcissists to maintain control in a relationship. It involves subtle but persistent manipulation that leads the victim to question their own sanity. The narcissist might deny the victim's reality, contradict their memories, or trivialize their feelings. This creates an environment of confusion and self-doubt, making the victim dependent on the abuser for validation. Over time, the victim begins to doubt their own perceptions, memories, and even their sanity. They may start apologizing for their feelings or questioning their own judgment. This erosion of self-trust makes it difficult for the victim to assert themselves or seek help from others, trapping them further in the abuser's web of manipulation. Being in a relationship with a narcissist can feel like slowly disappearing. Their constant need for attention and validation leaves little room for your needs or desires. You might find yourself suppressing your own thoughts, feelings, and aspirations to avoid conflict, or appease the narcissist. This self-neglect can lead to a loss of identity as you become a shadow of your former self. Hobbies are abandoned, friendships wither, and your own dreams are put on hold as you become consumed by the needs of the narcissist. This erosion of self can have a devastating impact on your mental and emotional well-being, leaving you feeling lost, empty, and unsure of who you are outside the confines of the relationship. Breaking free from a narcissist is a challenging but essential step towards healing and reclaiming your life. It requires courage, self-compassion, and a strong support system. The first step is acknowledging the reality of the situation. It's common for victims to minimize or rationalize the abuse, blaming themselves or making excuses for the narcissist's behavior. Educating yourself about narcissism can help you understand the dynamics of the relationship and recognize that you are not to blame. Setting boundaries is crucial, both physically and emotionally. This might involve limiting contact, refusing to engage in arguments, and asserting your own needs and limits. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. Breaking free from the grasp of a narcissist is a challenging journey that demands immense strength and resilience. It's crucial to acknowledge the courage it takes to even consider stepping out of this toxic dynamic. You've endured emotional manipulation, gaslighting, and a constant erosion of your self-worth, yet you possess an inner strength that the narcissist could never extinguish. Remember, you are not weak for having been caught in this web. Narcissists are master manipulators, skilled at identifying and exploiting vulnerabilities. They prey on empathy, kindness, and a desire for harmony, twisting these virtues into weapons against their victims. Recognizing this pattern is the first step towards reclaiming your power. You have the strength to break free and heal. Setting boundaries is paramount when disentangling yourself from a narcissist. These boundaries are not about changing the narcissist. Rather, they are about protecting yourself from further emotional harm. Start by identifying the behaviors that are unacceptable to you and communicate these boundaries clearly and assertively. Remember, narcissists are often skilled at pushing boundaries, testing your resolve at every turn. Be prepared for resistance, manipulation tactics, and attempts to guilt you into compliance. Stand firm in your convictions. Your well-being depends on it. It's also crucial to establish emotional boundaries. This means refusing to engage in arguments that are designed to make you doubt yourself or question your sanity. Breaking free from a narcissist is not a journey you need to undertake alone. Seeking support from trusted friends, family members, or a therapist can provide invaluable validation and guidance during this challenging time. It's common for victims of narcissistic abuse to feel isolated and ashamed, hesitant to share their experiences with others. Remember, you are not alone. Sharing your story with someone who can offer empathy and understanding can help you process the trauma and begin to heal. A therapist specializing in narcissistic abuse can provide you with tools and strategies to navigate the emotional complexities of the situation, rebuild your self-esteem, and develop healthy coping mechanisms. In many cases, the most effective way to break free from a narcissist is to establish and maintain no contact. This means cutting off all forms of communication, including phone calls, text messages, emails, and social media interactions. This might seem like an extreme measure, but it's often necessary to protect your emotional well-being. Narcissists thrive on attention and control. Maintaining contact, even sporadically, allows them to continue manipulating and exploiting you. No contact gives you the space and distance you need to heal, regain your sense of self, and break free from the toxic cycle of abuse. Breaking free from a narcissist is an opportunity to rediscover yourself, to reconnect with the passions, dreams, and aspirations that were suppressed during the relationship. Take this time to nurture yourself, to engage in activities that bring you joy, and to explore new interests. Remember, healing is not a linear process. There will be good days and bad days, moments of strength and moments of vulnerability. Be patient with yourself, practice self-compassion, and celebrate every step you take towards reclaiming your life. You are worthy of love, respect, and happiness. Escaping the clutches of a narcissist is a victory in itself. It signifies your strength, resilience, and unwavering belief in a brighter future. Remember, healing is a process, not a destination. Be kind to yourself, embrace self-compassion, and celebrate each milestone on your journey to wholeness. There are numerous resources available to support you on this path. Support groups, both online and in person, provide a safe and understanding space to connect with others who have experienced narcissistic abuse. Therapists specializing in trauma and personality disorders can equip you with the tools and strategies to navigate the complexities of healing. Remember, you are not alone. There is hope, there is healing, and there is life after narcissistic abuse. Choose hope. Choose yourself. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. My priority mindsetters, and as I always say, remember to make yourself a priority.